I'm Katie, your safety trainer. In today's video, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone working with older buildings: lead abatement. So why are we talking about lead today? Well, back before 1978, lead-based paints were pretty common in homes and businesses. They were used everywhere, providing color and coverage. But here's the kicker: lead is dangerous, especially to children. It poses significant health risks, which led to a ban on lead-based paints in 1978. Despite the ban, many older buildings still have surfaces painted with lead-based paints, necessitating what we call lead abatement. Today we're going to explore the hazards of lead abatement, what personal protective equipment you might need, and the safest practices to follow when dealing with lead in buildings. So let's get started and make sure you're equipped to handle these challenges safely and effectively. Just a quick heads up before we get into the details of our lesson. This training doesn't fulfill the requirements set by local or state health departments, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, the Department of Energy, or DOE, or the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, for lead safety renovation or renovation, repair, and painting, or RRP rules. If you're looking for information on compliance with other governmental training requirements related to lead, it's a good idea to discuss this with your supervisor. This will help ensure you're fully covered and up to date with the specific guidelines you need to follow. When it comes to lead abatement, it's crucial to understand the potential hazards, especially considering how lead exposure can impact your health. When working in environments where lead-based materials have been used, lead dust is a common byproduct. Inhaling or ingesting lead dust can lead to a variety of health issues. Now let's talk about what exposure to lead can actually do to your body. Neurologically, it can mess with your memory, affect your mood, and even cause peripheral neuropathy, which you might recognize as numbness or weakness in your hands and feet. It doesn't stop there. Lead exposure can also lead to serious cardiovascular issues, including hypertension and heart disease. Your kidneys, which play a key role in filtering waste from your blood, can also be damaged. And if you're planning a family, take note. Lead can affect reproductive health, leading to conditions like reduced sperm quality and developmental issues in fetuses. It can also cause anemia, disrupt your gastrointestinal health, causing symptoms like abdominal pain and nausea, and even lead to musculoskeletal problems like joint pain or bone damage. Enjoying this safety video? There's more where that came from on Got Safety Lite. Sign up for free and gain access to our library of over 1,800 safety videos. If we don't have the lesson you're looking for, we'll make it at no cost. Click the link to sign up today. To effectively minimize your risk of exposure to lead during abatement tasks, it's essential to gear up with the right personal protective equipment, or PPE. This gear is your first line of defense against lead dust, and wearing it properly can significantly reduce your risk. So what should you be wearing? Well, let's walk through your PPE checklist. First off, cover your head with a hat or other head covering to keep dust out of your hair. Protect your eyes with safety glasses or goggles, and consider a face shield for added protection. Your respiratory protection is critical. Use a half face, full face, or SCBA respirator equipped with HEPA filters, and make sure it's NIOSH approved to handle contaminants like lead. Don't forget about the rest of your body. Wear a protective suit or coveralls to keep dust off your clothes, and gloves to protect your hands. For your feet, closed-toed shoes or steel-toed boots are a must, and shoe coverings can prevent lead dust from being tracked into clean areas. Before you suit up, always inspect your PPE for any signs of wear or damage. If you find anything worn out or damaged, report it to your supervisor immediately. Remember, wearing damaged PPE isn't just ineffective, it's dangerous. When you're tackling lead abatement activities, it's crucial to follow safe work practices to protect yourself and your team. Here's how you can make sure you're doing everything by the book. First up, always take the time to read and really get to know the owner's or operator's manual for any tools and equipment you'll be using. This isn't just paperwork, it's your guide to safe and effective use. Inspect all your tools and equipment before you start. Check for worn, missing, modified, or damaged parts according to the manufacturer's instructions. If anything doesn't pass muster, report it to your supervisor and do not use it until it's been fixed or replaced. When it comes to HEPA equipment, which is critical for filtering out those harmful lead particles, Make sure the filters are either cleaned or replaced as specified by the manufacturer and your company's procedures. Also, double check that shrouds or vacuum attachments are properly secured. Again, following the manufacturer's instructions and company policies. A big part of safety during lead abatement involves how you handle your clothing and PPE. Only change into and out of your work attire in designated areas to avoid spreading contamination. Never take contaminated clothing or shoes home, as this could spread lead dust outside of work. Instead, store any contaminated clothing in a closable container, following your company's procedures and all relevant regulations. If you have any questions about how to deal with contaminated clothing, please ask your supervisor. Ensure that the areas where different pieces of PPE meet, like the space between your gloves and your suit, are well sealed to prevent lead dust from reaching your clothing underneath. And make sure all lead testing is up to date and complies with local, state, and federal regulations. Remember, certain types of lead testing might need to be conducted by certified professionals. When in doubt, check with your supervisor. Ensure all regulated areas are clearly marked with the proper signage. These signs are not just formalities, they serve as crucial warnings and instructions to keep unauthorized personnel out. Remember, only authorized employees should enter those regulated zones. Next, check that containment areas are properly set up and sealed. This is vital to prevent lead dust from escaping and contaminating other areas. Similarly, making sure that your work area is well ventilated is crucial, not just for comfort, but for safety. Follow all local, state, and federal regulations along with your company's policies to maintain proper airflow. A key rule in these zones: do not eat, drink, smoke, or apply cosmetics, yes, even lip balm, inside containment areas. The risk of ingesting lead dust is real and dangerous. Always use designated areas for these activities and make it a habit to wash your hands before you eat, drink, smoke, or touch your face. When it comes to the actual abatement work like scraping or sanding lead-based paints, using wet methods can help minimize dust. Always stick to the procedures approved by your company and regulated by local, state, and federal guidelines. Good housekeeping practices are non-negotiable. Use vacuuming or other effective methods to keep lead from becoming airborne. Remember, shoveling, dry sweeping, and brushing are only options if vacuuming isn't effective. Never use compressed air to clean lead from surfaces unless it's part of a system designed to capture the airborne dust it creates. This method can significantly increase the risk of lead exposure if not handled correctly. Finally, when it comes to disposing of lead-containing waste, make sure to bag and dispose of it strictly according to all regulations. This helps prevent environmental contamination and ensures the safety of public health. To wrap up, it's important to recognize that lead abatement is a critical process in many homes and commercial buildings built before 1978, thanks to the once widespread use of lead-based paints. However, this process can generate lead-containing dust, which poses serious health risks. To protect yourself and minimize the risk of health issues from lead exposure, always wear the appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, and strictly adhere to your company's policies as well as all local, state, and federal regulations. If you ever have any questions about a specific lead abatement project or anything we've discussed, don't hesitate to reach out to your supervisor for guidance. That's all for today's lesson. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check us out on social media for more safety tips and updates. And remember, stay safe out there. Looks like we abated the lead. Necessitating. English is so hard. Why do we need all those letters anyway? Necessitating.
Right.
Yep, it's a good word. It's a really good word. Yeah, we get through lists just fine, talking about things we've never even heard of. But when we talk about words we know, it's really hard. Good thing this isn't our first rodeo.